Hello guys, welcome to the first video of this channel. Today we are going to create this particular component, what we are seeing in the screen. So we have a container and three buttons arranged in a row wise. So let's get started. Gonna open CodePen, new pen. We can collapse this J section. I'm gonna name it as buttons. Let's start with adding HTML here. So we have a container class, we have container div, and I'm gonna name it as class container, and we have three buttons. Over me. It's in capital though, so let's start with adding first button here, styling the first button, and then we copy paste those three buttons, the other two buttons. So for the container class, what are the styles? I'm using page ruler for identifying the height and width. So it's 400 pixel. It's 400 pixel, 400 by 400. So height is 400 pixel and width is also 400 pixel. And background color, let's pick the background color. So let me close this. Background color hash. So that's the background color. Now let's start with styling the button. Gonna name it as primary button. Let's start with overriding the default styles for the button. First, background color white. Background color white. Text align center. Text align center. How about padding and border? Padding on top 20 pixel, should be same for bottom as well. 20 pixel will give the same 20 pixel for the both left and right, because it doesn't really matter when the text is center aligned. So padding 20 pixel. What is the text font size? Let's use this. Seems like it's not working as expected. We have text transform uppercase. We don't need border none. So it looks like there is a min width for the buttons. Let's identify how much it is. Seems to be 200 pixel. Seems to be 200 pixel. So I'm gonna give min width 200 pixel. We have a font family and font color. that needs to be added, but before that we need a cursor pointer. Because when we hover over it, the cursor gets changed. So we have a cursor pointer. Now we have to identify the font family and the font size. Since this word font is not working, I'm going to inspect it and identify that. Let's not look at the other styles. So computer font family is Open Sans. So let's go to Google Fonts. Google Fonts, search for Open Sans. We need to identify the font weight as well, regular. So we only need to select the regular one. So select this style and import. In styles, we are going to import it. And we are going to add font family as Open Sans. Identify the font size as well, 18 pixel, and color. Color and font size 18 pixel. So it's getting there. Started looking like that, right? Let me close this tab. We don't need that anymore. Now what we have to do is we have to arrange that to center. So I'm going to give display flex to the container. Display flex. Align it. Oh, instead of align item center. Yeah. Yeah, align items center. Justify content center. And we need 3 buttons. So by default it is going to the direction is going to column, so we will override the flex direction by row. Flex direction row. Sorry, flex direction column. Yeah, my bad. By default the flex direction row, we have to override it by flex direction to column. And gap, we have to add gap. We have to identify the gap. So gap is nothing but this margin between items. So it looks like 30 pixel, shows 27 though, but ideally I'm gonna round that value, or ideally it should be some rounded value. So see, it's 30 pixel as you can see. So gap is nothing but 30 pixel. See, we are there. Now we have to add hover effect. Let me collapse this little bit. Hover, we have to scale this up a little bit. By default transform scale should be 1. Let's try giving scale 1.1. Scale 1.1. I believe this is the syntax. So when we hover over it, yes, it is scaling, but there is no animation, and it is scaling more than expected. So let me try giving an animation. So transition, basically a transition, not animation. Transition all, not really all is required. Basically all is the all properties. We only need transform. Transform, uh, transform the time delay. I'm gonna give 0.2 second. Ease in the transition type. See, we got a nice transition, but this is more than expected. If we hover over it, this is only, there is only slight scaling. It's not scaling as. Let me give. Sure. Oh, it's not. I think, yeah. Now this makes sense. Still, it is more than required. How about 3? Yeah, I think this is perfect. Sorry. Yeah, I think this is perfect. And we have to add a little bit of box shadow as well. So when we hover over it, we need to add some box shadow. 0, 0. Gonna give the blur to 8 pixel and GPA variation of black. Basically 0, 0, 0 is the black, and I'm going to reduce the opacity to 0.5. So let's see. This is getting, the box shadow is getting added everywhere, all the sides. So probably we have to try with uh, negative values. Let's see. Oh no, so positive value. I think basically we have to do all, because box shadow is also need the image. Now I think this makes sense. Instead of 0.5, 0.2. Yeah, I think we are the. And we have to center this container as well. So I think this might not be the best practice, but I'm going to give what for the sake of uh, displaying it. Oh sorry, I'm styling the body to I'm giving display flex to the body. Display flex, body and HTML height 100%. So this might not be the best use case in actual scenarios, but just for the sake of uh, displaying the content in center. Margin auto. Yep. Yeah, there. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Do comment your thoughts. See you in the next video. Thanks again. Bye bye.